Hello, my name is Johnny Ray Cornell Jr. and I am your host, and I am making this video for something very exciting to show you. First of all, CERN scientists, theorists will tell you they have no working nuclear theory. Well, I do, and I invite you to see this theory. I'm done with it, the length of this video. And it is a very robust, sound theory based on physical laws of nature and mathematics. And I'm just interpreting the mathematics that they've already got. But my nuclear theory is the only viable working nuclear theory on Earth, and it explains the entire proton. And that's why I call this the enchanted proton. First thing you've got to realize is CERN thinks that the proton is a group of three quarks surrounded by, subject to the weak force. The three quarks are subject to the weak force, and they are surrounded by a bubble of confinement of the strong force. And they have electromagnetic properties. Knowing this, we begin my theory. All you have to know is the standard model of particle physics and the four fundamental forces of nature, with a very simple model, thankfully. This is up quark 1, down quark, and up quark 2 as marked. You see the proximity of the down quark to up quark 1. Well, when it's that close, the strong force drops to zero, or very near zero, because it is well known in physics that the further away you get, the stronger the strong force gets, and the closer you get, the closer to zero the strong force becomes. So the strong force is zero between here. Now, between down quark number 2, up quark number 2, between up quark number 2 and the down quark, the strong force is at a maximum. That means that the up quark 2 strong force will rip the down quark over to it, out of the grip, the electromagnetic grip of down quark and up quark 1, because the electromagnetic grip is because they're oppositely charged. Forgive how I shake there, I got palsy in my hands. They're oppositely charged, so the down quark is gonna go for the closest up quark because of their opposite charge and be attracted to it and spiral into it forever. But that's not their model. Is my theory dead? Nope. The strong force from the opposite up quark rips it out of the electromagnetic grip because it is out of its confinement. Now it's out of confinement. Now when the down quark is next to 2, it's out of confinement with 1. So 1 is going to pull it back, attract it back when the strong force is 0. And this is all mediated by the gluon. The gluon tells the strong force how to turn on and off, or direct itself, is all they know. But it is a directed force. But it tells the strong force how to behave. Well, The gluon is not electromagnetically charged. So the only thing it has is the strong force. It doesn't have the electromagnetic force. And the gluon, this is crucial that you understand this too, to understand how quantum chromodynamics works. And it took me a while to figure this out, and this is my theory. If one quark is charged blue, one yellow, and one green, well, one charge the gluon pushes out of the way and is attracted to because of the color charge. Then when it's re-emitted, it changes its color, and then when it's re-emitted, it pushes, or it's attracted to the down quark, and it goes to the down quark and does not attract to the up quark because of the color charge. This is I wish I had $1 million animation studio to show you this. It's really spectacular. But I can only describe it to you and hope you have the imagination to see it and understand it. In your mind, the visual images I'm giving you. But I have 25 years of experience. I know what I'm talking about. And they have no working nuclear theory, and this is the only viable working nuclear theory on Earth. Anyway, the strong force pulling it back and forth generates a field, because the reciprocating down quark generates a field. And that field rebuffs the electron because it's a negative field, and the electron cannot spiral into the nucleus. Niels Bohr in his equations and others in equations have found the electron at the Bohr radius using energy, but they don't say where the energy comes from to hold the electron there. And that's where it comes from, is the reciprocating down quark setting up and transferring its energy through the electromagnetic field to the electron. That's where black body radiation comes from. That's why the sun shines. Now, we've also set up how the gluon is made. The gluon is made by a waveform that looks like this. Now, the waveform gluon formation is written above it. In that's where the gluon bulb is created. By stacking fundamental strings, they get close enough together. And by the way, that wavelength, that half wavelength, is about 10 to the negative 17th gamma wave before it creates the gluon. And it's a lasered, perfectly combined, coherent gamma waveform. This creates this. The strings bond to create this structure. Now, this structure should be written like in our last videos, where I could write it with, it's all a bunch of circles along each line, but to show you the bonding of the fundamental string to make the gluon, but we omitted that, remember? And the fundamental string makes the electron. The electron just has one electron string, where this has 8. This is an 8-string gluon. And then leptogluons are quarks, because 2-string energies deposit themselves on the outside of the gluon and bond themselves by the weak force, and it becomes a 6-string gluon with 2 leptons attached, and the leptons are an electron and a positron. And the electron and positron spin one way, or the electron, let's say the electron spins one way, the positron spins the other, and the outside particles always spin the same direction. The middle one always spins in the opposite direction, because it's to do with electromagnetic bonding. Because at that distance, some electromagnetics will be felt, but at a distance, you'll only feel the negative 1/3 electrical charge of the down quark, because the fields from the positron and electron have been nullified by each other. +1 plus -1 equals 0. That's why the down quark and the up quark, or any quark, has a charge. That's why, no, partially. The reason it has a charge is because it spins in one direction for positive and it spins in another direction for negative. Spin direction, yes, you have to just take that on faith. That's one of my postulates. Spin direction is what determines electromagnetic polarity in this universe. It's the only thing, if you think about it, I've been doing this for 25 years, and the only thing I can think of to affect polarity from actual physics would be the actual spin direction of the particle itself. Well, we've covered that in depth, and that makes what I want you to take away from this video. That makes, if you follow what I said, the true name of the proton the electromagnetically guided, strong force driven, relativistic motor, because that down quark is being driven back and forth relativistically fast by the strong force to set up the electron. This is all my nuclear theory. To set up this isn't CERN's. CERN, well, their theorists tell you we have no nuclear theory. This is the only viable working nuclear theory on Earth, and it is correct. Well, that's what I wanted to get through to you. The true name of the proton. The electromagnetically guided, strong force driven, relativistic motor, because it is a motor. It's what keeps the electron off the nucleus. It's why things can bond in chemistry. It's the air in the tire of the universe. It's why the universe doesn't fall in on itself. Thank you.